Welcome to Utah Valley Pools and Spas podcast. Today we're doing the top 10 tips from us to you when you're building your dream pool from the ground up. So we're going to jump right into it. George, what's tip number 1 for everybody listening?
All right, tip number 1 is location, location, location. Where to put your pool on your lot? The obvious answer is in the backyard.
Location, like real estate, right? Location is everything.
That's correct. So when thinking about where in your backyard would be the more appropriate answer. We talk about functionality focal point. You want your pool to be a focal point and also functionally available to you for use.
They'll be using it more the closer it is to the home.
Definitely. That would be our tip number 1. Think about the usage, and closer is better.
All right, tip number 2, George, type of pool.
So type of
Something
pool.
with water.
Something with water, something you want to jump into. Jumping into your pool, rule of thought is the deeper the better. 9 feet is something that we recommend for a deep end pool, something a diving pool of a bare minimum depth of pool. For safety, if not planning to dive into your pool, is a sports pool, something that where you are able to have more activities.
So that's where you can play volleyball, water polo, basketball, because you have those 2 ends that are not as deep. And tip number 3, features.
Water features adds an ambient noise that is amazing. It's soothing. It's therapeutic. It would be our recommendation when it comes down to features. Something as simple as a water pot dripping into your pool makes such a difference.
Tip number 4.
When building a pool, should we add a spa? Should we not add a spa? That is the question of all time.
To spa or not to spa?
That is the question. Something we always recommend when the family is a water fanatic, a spa is a way to go. The reason for that is it's something you can use year-round. Mm-hmm. It's good for the kids as well as adults. It's something that after a long day of work, Dad can come home, hop in, and just relax. As well as the kids from a long day of school, or even mom after a long day of dealing with those kids.
So tip number 5, equipment placement.
What I can tell you about equipment placement when it comes down to tip, put it where the rest of your equipment is. You don't want this to be an eyesore. We all need equipment to have our home run when it comes down to AC units, furnace, stuff like that. Pool equipment does not have to be indoors. It can be outdoors. It's rated to be outdoors. The tip number 5 would be, so find where your AC unit is, find where your electrical panel is, and that's where you're gonna want it. And a little tip for the trade, the closer it is to your utilities, the cheaper it will be.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Okay, tip number 6, landscaping. What do we have about landscaping?
Okay, so when it comes down to a pool and landscape, you're like, well, they're 2 different genres. What are we talking about? No, well, they are 2 different genres, but they incorporate to making a beautiful outdoor living space. They are needed. It's the yin and yang of your backyard. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure that that landscape matches what you're trying to do with the functionality of your pool.
Tip number 7, safety, pool safety. We love safety, don't we?
That's correct. Making sure that we give the most safest product to our customer is our number 1 priority.
Amen.
Our tip for safety, pool covers. Pool covers save lives. If you choose an automated pool cover, they are hassle-free. They last a lifetime.
And you can also program them, right, with a key code.
That is correct. You can customize the key code so no one else, not your neighbors, not your kids, but yourself will be the one opening that pool.
Okay. All right, tip number 8 in regards to permitting and design.
So when it comes down to permitting design, make sure that when you choose the contractor, they are taking the proper measures when it comes down to your county and your city as far as the permitting. There is a permitting process for any pool being dug in your backyard.
Tip number 9, maintenance. What?
Yes, maintenance for a great pool experience.
Yeah, you need really good water chemistry to maintain that plaster and prolong the life of your pool equipment. So we definitely suggest hiring a pool professional. And tip number 10, the big finale. We saved the best for last, of course. Picking the right pool contractor.
All right, when it comes down to picking the right pool contractor, you gotta think about, do you trust them? when it comes down to what you're gonna get a pool. This is what you're looking for. So you have to trust your contractor. You have to build a relationship with them. You have to have that one-on-one communication. Communication is key when building any kind of things that last months in process.
Thank you everybody for joining our show today. We hope those 10 tips have been helpful, and we'll go a little bit deeper into them in our next videos and episodes. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.